I want to thank my colleague, our ranker on Ways and Means, Assemblyman Ed Ra, for taking the lead on this and for this important legislation, and critically important now more than ever that we see this get done. You know, in December of last year, Assemblymember Angelino and I, who is the ranker on the Oversight and Investigations Committee, sent a letter requesting a meeting specifically on the DOCO contracts, and we heard no response. Fact of the matter is, our committee hasn't met in years, providing no oversight to hardworking taxpayers here in New York State. We know that this has been a scandal-plagued process, and that process is because the governor continues to short-circuit it. She continues to do that by issuing executive orders. She just signed one on Sunday, again, extending the executive orders which short-circuit the procurement process that's put into place to protect our taxpayers. Her executive order allows for these no-bid contracts despite clear evidence of self-dealing, wasting taxpayer dollars, also has been documented, and not meeting contractual obligations that DOCO is supposed to adhere to. And when I asked during the budget process, when we debated this on the floor of the Assembly, how many people would benefit from the $2.4 billion that is allocated in this year's budget? And they have no idea. When asked why the state comptroller's reporting online shows that the expenditures have doubled in the last 6 months, month by month, no idea why. So again, the need for oversight, critically important, especially today, especially considering the amount of money that is on the line here. But the bottom line, I think, is this. New York's taxpayers are struggling. People are working 2 or 3 jobs just to put food on the table, to keep a roof over their heads. And we continue to lead the nation in all the wrong categories, from out-migration to the highest taxes to the worst economic outlook. In the last 2 years, Governor Hochul and Albany Democrats have spent more on incentivizing illegal immigration. And that's what this does. It incentivizes illegal immigration. Spending more on this program than we have for our seniors, than we have for our veterans, than we've invested in our local roads, and the list goes on and on and on. So it's time for the Oversight Committee to meet. It's time for transparency. It's time for accountability. And it's time that New York's taxpayers are finally respected by Governor Hochul and the Democrats in charge here in the Capitol. And I, again, want to thank Assemblyman Ra for his legislation. I want to thank my colleagues for joining us here. And as the Assemblyman had said before, we are seeing movement in the other House, recognizing the need for oversight, but it's time to act. And that's what we are here today to demand that we finally see. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Assemblyman Ra.